Hey guys, it's Mandy. Welcome back to my channel. It's just one more bag, where I normally talk about luxury bags, travel, some wine, and Yorkies too. But today I'm going to be talking about something a little differently, but it still kind of fits into the luxury world. So I did something I said I would never do, and that is buy Labubus. So a little bit of a story time. Over the weekend, my husband was super kind and took me to New York City. We went for a little road trip to go to the Pop Mart store at the Tangram Mall in Flushing, New York. And we were the first people at the store, hopefully trying to score some of these cute little critters. And unfortunately, they did not have any in store. So of course I was disappointed, but I was kind of expecting that to happen. And we knew someone who had gone up there previously. They had mentioned there was a store downstairs that also had some Labubus. So we went down there to check it out, and they did have some. They sold some single blind boxes, and then they did have some of the 6-packs as well. So ended up buying a couple there, asked, are these genuine? Are they real? They assured me from multiple people, yes, it is. And I just don't know if they are or not. So I'm calling all Labubu experts to see, did I get Labubu'd or LAFUFU'D? In the meantime, I did order a single blind box from StockX. They do verify that this is a genuine Labubu. So, I don't work for Pop Mart. I don't know that I will ever truly know. I can just go off of, their reputation, which I understand StockX does have a very reputable site. I have never heard of any complaints. So my thought was we could unbox this one together and then compare it to the ones that I purchased in New York and see if there are some differences or if it is similar. If I got LAFUFU'D, of course I am going to be disappointed because that's not the intention I purchased these with. However, they are super cute, and really I'm not planning to hang them from my purse. When they came out, I truly thought like these things are stupid. I would never hang these from my purse. I would never want one. Flash forward a couple months, here I am. I want a Labubu, I want a Labubu, I want a Labubu, driving my husband nuts. But what I truly want them for is to put them with my bags in the cabinet. So let's move forward with the unboxing and go from there. So this is one from the Big Energy collection as well. Again, it had the StockX symbol. Some things that I was told to look for was the way that the printing is with the reflective material. It is raised slightly. Looking at the box, it does have some of the raised material here. It is definitely showing a lighter color around the Labubu. Looking on the back, it does have the QR code. And then, when I'm looking at the Labubus on the box, I do see it has the gray stripes. The coloring on them look good. Looking at the Pop Mart logo, it looks good. Again, I'm not a Pop Mart expert, but just looking at it, it looks good so far. However, I do understand that people have taken boxes and then put the LAFUFU'S inside of the box. So let's see which one I get. I think they're all cute, but if I have to pick my top two, well, I'd probably really want to go for luck or loyalty. Of course, if I got the secret, I'd be ecstatic, but I know those chances are pretty slim, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so this is showing the new bag. They do have the little tie in the plastic reusable bag now. It just shows the outline of the Labubu on it, and it has the big Into Energy logo. I did read that they have changed that packaging. All right, let's see who it is. Oh, want to make sure I tell you the right name here. Yep. And it's Hope, the blue one. Aw, awesome. So one thing that I was told is to check their feet and that you shouldn't be able to spin them. However, I can spin this one's feet. Also, if you look for the stitching, you know, I don't see any visible stitching there. If you look on the hand, do you see any visible stitching? I mean, I see a little bit under the hand. Trying to get that there for you. It's not out of control. Looking at the ears, they are two slightly different colors, the light and the blue. They are kind of pointed towards each other. It has Pop Mart logo there. 9 teeth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teeth. All right, so here is the Stock X Labubu. Here is the potential LAFUFU'D. So if we look at them side by side, they look pretty much identical to me so far. Let's look at them from the back. Both says the monster. Now, one thing I do, oh no, that is the same. It both says the monsters going the same direction. It has Pop Mart listed on the ring, etched in with the white. You know, I'm just kind of looking at their faces again. One thing I noticed slightly on the face is that when you look at kind of the cheek color, it is a little deeper on the one I purchased in New York, the potential imposter LAFUFU'D. When I'm looking at the StockX version, the cheek is a little bit lighter. Looking at their feet, it does look like the same color of the feet. Sorry. The color in, just looking at them as well, is very similar. Next, I'm going to try to look at the tags. Feeling them, they feel identical. Just looking at it again. Where there is some slight variation, so this is the StockX version here. And if you look at the QR code, it is clearer than what you will see on the New York potential LAFUFU'D. So this one is definitely more blurry. So guys, I don't know. What do you think? Have you bought a Labubu or a LAFUFU'D? How have you been successful getting your Labubus? I do have some notifications from Pop Mart, but really the second you get that notification, if you're not on the site, they've been sold out. And honestly, it's just been very frustrating for me. So that's why we took that ride up to New York, and I ended up with all these little Labubu babies. But I would love to hear some feedback from you guys if you have been buying these, following them for quite some time. If you have any insight for me on being able to tell if it is real. Did I get LAFUFU'D on both of them potentially? Again, you know, I know StockX has verified them, but what if it was an incorrect, well, a fake Labubu in the actual box? Because again, I've heard that happening. I've heard that people have scanned them on the website. I will try to do that later, but I know that people, even if you scan it, that's not 100% guarantee. So if you guys have any additional insight for me, I would love to hear it. Thanks for taking the time to spend with me on my Labubu or LAFUFU'D video. I'll just show you the rest of my guys while we're here. I bought this little Louis Vuitton outfit and the key ball for this one here. Thought that was super cute, and did buy this little outfit here for this guy. Here is hope, or love, sorry. We have happiness. If you see anything crazy, guys, let me know. And then finally, serenity. And then I did buy one from the macaron collection, and then I got the green one, green apple. I did notice his face does seem a little bit wider, like when I compare him here. So I don't know if that means anything. I do know he has the black Pop Mart logo on the foot, unlike the Big Energy collection, but I do understand that is the way it's supposed to be. But, all right, guys. Well, again, any insight you can give to help me out would be greatly appreciated. I thank you for your time. If you haven't already, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and share it if you get the chance. And I hope to see you back real soon. Have a great day.